All right, guys, let's talk about Flash Season 1 timeline and how resetting it would work. But let's talk about each thing first. So, first off, guys, I know tomorrow is April 25th of 2024. Last year, I celebrated Avengers Endgame of how Tony Stark passed away, and we caught up to the timeline of Avengers Endgame in April. You guys can go do the same thing, you Flash fans. However, that timeline of 2024 no longer exists because Earth Prime and Season 9 and everything changed it. Remember, in Season 9 of The Flash, our Barry, 2023 Barry, has to take the former 2020 and 24 Barry's place in Season 9, Episode 10 to save his younger self because that 2020-24 timeline no longer exists. And then if we go back to Season 7 and 8, there's Armageddon where Thawne created a reverse flashpoint on Earth Prime and stuff. And then we go back to Season 6, Crisis changes everything because of that. And then Nora West Allen from Season 5 is, in fact, from the 2024 timeline. So, again, it's not a time loop. I don't know why all of you think it is a time loop. It's not. For it to be an actual time loop, I'm getting to it. It's about Season 1. So, Season 2, let's go back. Season 4 and Season 3. Well, Season 3 has Flashpoint with Savitar, but that's really not the point. Season 2, too many variables. That's why I was saying when we get into Season 1, there's only one variable. Obviously, I don't understand why there's not a fixed point monitor for this, like in Legends, but it is whatever. So, Season 2, there's too many variables. When Barry goes back in time to save his mother, his father is alive, which Zoom never happens, which means he never becomes the Flash and stuff. There's too many variables running around. However, and then Savitar happens after Flashpoint. When we get into Season 1, though, of The Flash, there's only one variable. Thawne kills Barry's mother and then waits 15 years to create the reaction because he needs the Flash in order for his powers to return and stuff and become the Reverse Flash and stuff. Because his power is leaving his system and he's running on empty of his speed because without the Flash, Thawne can never be born and Reverse Flash can never be born. So if Barry was to reset the timeline, sorry I snapped, but if he was to reset the timeline in Season 1, the things would change. So this is how the time loop would happen. 2014 doesn't happen. Barry travels, saves his mother. Now the timeline resets itself to perfect. And 2020 is when Barry becomes the Flash. He meets real Harrison Wells and stuff, works with them, meets Supergirl and all of them, gets married with Iris, has Nora in 2023. By 2024, though, the new Crisis, the old Crisis happens and stuff. Barry disappears in Crisis, dies in Crisis, Kara dies in Crisis, Oliver dies in Crisis, and you get the bad timeline, and then the time loop happens and stuff. And that's pretty much how it ends and everything. So that's the Flash Season 1 timeline of resetting it. Let me know your thoughts on it, but personally, I don't think there's a lot of variables. There's only one, so it wouldn't change anything, and it wouldn't create a flashpoint. It would be more that Barry would get his speed in 2020 over getting it in 2014, 6-year difference. But that's all I got to say about it.